Don't wait to be going through an anxiety attack. Don't wait to be going through burnout to start taking care of yourself. It is a constant effort to try to take care of yourself. Hello, good morning, afternoon, whatever the case is where you're at. This is Dummy Codes. I was just done ranting, thinking my channel about something. I was like, let me just get this video out the way, specifically about failure and how I look at failure. And I hope some of you guys will look at failure this way because it's really hard. It's easier said than done. Just before we get into that, make sure, as you guys know, I'm unemployed, so if you're new here, welcome to the unemployment line. If you guys know, I'm unemployed as a software developer, so if you know anyone who's hiring or if you're willing to give me a referral somewhere, please help me out. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to support this channel, just always make sure to like, subscribe, and comment as much as possible. Have your discussions in my comments to really boost up that algorithm. To get to it, 2 years ago, I had like the biggest mental breakdown. I'm talking about like going to the hospital for 3 days type mental breakdown. And it was an interesting time in my life because I always like felt like I had things together for the most part. You know, when I get depressed, I go on a run. When I get anxious, I go on a run. If I can, I just let it pass through. But it never got to the point of, you know, trying to harm myself. That came with a lot of feelings of, what am I gonna do with my life? Like nothing is working out constantly, just for years, nothing working out to how I want it to work out. Like, yes, I keep pushing, but failure catches up to you, you know? Like it messes with you. No matter what you say, at some point it's going to mess with you. But when that time comes, how are you gonna handle it? This is what's helped me the most. What do you gain from being under me? Go to bed. So this is how I started viewing failure. And it's very simple in a sentence, but once in practice it's hard. When you fail, like what else? Like that's it. You either fail and just give up and stop doing or trying, or you just fail and keep failing until it works. Look at it as applying to jobs. You're accustomed to not getting callbacks for every single job you apply to. But guess what? You keep trying until you land that one job, right? You're accustomed to, if we look at skateboarding, when you're learning how to skate, you mess up. There's no way you're landing every trick possible, even no matter how good you are. There's no way. But guess what? You keep working towards getting better and figuring it out. That's the only concept that I have. Figure it out. What did you learn from your failure? Start again. The only time you really fail is when you stop trying. That's it. That's the only way to look at failure from my perspective. I think people have this misconception that you have to accomplish certain things that are in a certain timeline. Like, hey, the typical millionaire by 30 for those entrepreneurs out there. There's a typical, I have to finish school or finish college by this age. Why? Why does it matter? If your goal is to become a programmer and instead of finishing school in 4 years, you finish school in 6 years, why does it matter? The point is you got there. Not everyone has the same path. Some people, making this up on the go, and grab this. This is a person and this is a hurdle, right? So we have, imagine you could see this. This is a hurdle, imagine, right? We have one person with no hurdle in their way. They just go finish whatever goal in a certain amount of time. But then this is you trying, but hey, damn, I can't afford school the same way as some other people. Hey, I have to pay rent because I live by myself or I live with roommates. Oh, blah, blah, blah. I have to work more than the average student to pay for school. These are hurdles, but point is, at some point you're gonna get past them. At some point you're getting over these things and you're done. I didn't know how to end that analogy, but I'm done making analogies. Jesus Christ. It's just interesting to me because people are so hard on themselves. I mean, we all have been there, and I'm not saying like, oh wow, couldn't be me. Like, I've been there. I've been at that, oh damn, I didn't do this by this time, or I didn't reach this many likes or views in a certain day, whatever the case is. But look at me now. I'm unemployed. But the fact is, I know that I keep pushing because I've done it before. I keep pushing, I could change my life. I know that when I was broke going through it, I was like, let me learn how to code. And I dedicated a year and it greatly changed my life in such a positive way and introduced me to so many of you guys. So that's just a positive thing that's come out of continuously trying. Yes, there's a lot more to it than just keep grinding. Yes, I'm saying keep grinding, but as you guys know, I push mental health awareness out here. I push taking care of yourself. Like, your goals are gonna be reached, but you have to take care of yourself at some point. constantly, not at some point. Don't wait to be going through an anxiety attack. Don't wait to be going through burnout to start taking care of yourself. It is a constant effort to try to take care of yourself. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about, this perspective? I guess why I'm trying to say this is because I'm personally right now, technically I am failing. Nothing is working out for me right now. Oops. But really, technically right now, nothing is going right for me, right? My car got towed. I had to pay $500, and luckily my YouTube subscribers just gave me $700 out of the kindness of their heart. Like, that's just a luck situation, but not everyone is in that situation. But I was in a bad mood, but those moods didn't last long. Like when my car got towed, I said, this is a wasted $500 that could be going towards rent. I took a deep breath, I paid it, and then in an hour I was like laughing again. I'm not clinging on to that. It was completely out of my control. And here's another thing too. A lot of people cling on to failure when sometimes it's just life. Life just happens sometimes. It is out of your control. Why freak out or why worry about things out of your control, right? Worry about the things that you can't control. I know you've heard this at some point. Worrying about the things that I can't control has helped me greatly in terms of how I approach failure and how I approach struggles. Because sometimes things are going to feel way overwhelming. But what helps me is just understanding that at some point things will be okay. And at some point, in my head, as long as I don't live on the street and as long as I have a support system, those are fine. I could live on the street and I could have a support system, or I could have a support system, or I don't know where I'm going with this. But point is, these are my things that are important to me. As long as I don't live on the street and as long as I have a support system, I know I'm going to always be okay. Oh, that's a good boy. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Oh, you smell. Oh, we gotta wash you, buddy. So anyways, with that being said, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you guys got something from this talk. But I want to make sure that you guys understand that this is not an easy mindset to have. And it's one of those easier said than done. But if you just take little things every single day and apply it and just put it into practice, I guarantee you long term, when the big things come, you will be at peace and you'll be able to think clearly to handle your problems. Yes, there are aspects of this where you might be anxious, or yes, there might be aspects where you deal with depression, but I promise you, I have been there. So I'm not trying to talk from a ignorant, positive mindset. Like, nah, I've been there, bro. All this stuff is 10 times harder when you have some type of mental thing going that you gotta go through. If you have some type of physical disability you gotta go through, but no matter what, just understand, keep pushing. It's gonna work out, man. I don't know. That's just me rambling though. That's just me rambling. I just be rambling. Anyways, enjoy this video. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff. I appreciate y'all. Peace. Go buy a shirt. Deadass though, here's your attention. You like it? You like your attention? Well, you kind of dusty, son.